We're here to talk about the worst mechanics to us, our least favorite things of all time. My name is Howie.
I'm Levi, and this is Northwest Magic.
We're going to be talking about our least favorite mechanics to see at the commander table of all time. We dislike them, but you know what we do like? Our patrons. Richard, Dilkes, and King Dom, thank you for supporting us, and you, other viewer, if you would like to support us, check out our Patreon. You might get a shout out or another benefit. Who knows?
Who knows? These are the kinds of mechanics that we look at and we just go, ugh, gross, icky.
Audible groans at the table whenever they're played.
Mm-hmm. Okay, well, without further ado, take us off.
I'm going to talk about day/night from whatever in a Crimson Vow.
From whatever, I don't know.
From whatever. Oh god, I'm already groaning just thinking about it. So, if you play a card with Daybound or Nightbound, then it becomes day or night or something. As it becomes day, you transform all Nightbound permanents, and if a player casts no spells during their own turn, it becomes night next turn. I'm already upset just reading this, guys. And then the night side, it says, as it becomes night, transform all daybound permanents. Permanents enter the battlefield in nightbound if it is nighttime inside the game. And if a player casts at least 2 spells during their own turn, it becomes day next turn. As soon as anybody plays a day or nightbound card, like probably within 5 minutes, most players are going to forget what's going on. And I feel like even the person who plays the day/nightbound card is not going to be keeping track. It's worse than your Rhystic Study triggers. They're going to be like, did you cast 2 spells? And you have to sit there and think about if you did any abilities or spells or whatever during your last 5 minutes of your life. It's not cool. And then one of my least favorite parts, actually, I didn't bring this up in our pre-planning, but if you're playing a deck like Tovalar, which is the Daybound Nightbound commander, the Dire Overlord, the werewolf guy,
yeah.
You know?
Yeah, oh yeah. The one and only.
Every card in your deck transforms. So whenever their stuff transforms, you have to sit there watching them for like 40 seconds. Manhandle their cards.
Flipping their cards over like, okay... Oh, it's night.
Unless major points, if they think ahead and they have like extra copies to the side and clear sleeves or something. But this is realistic. You're going to see this because this is one of the most popular commanders out there. It is the 58th, I believe. Yep, ranked 58 on EDH Rec with 10,000 decks. So super likely to come into contact with this card. People love tribes and people love werewolves. So you're going to see this, and when you do, you're not gonna like it, just like I don't. I think it's intrusive to the game. Most of these mechanics, all of these mechanics, are intrusive to the game, and this, even though I am like ripping on this mechanic, it is the least intrusive one. Honestly, it's like the least bad one. And
I was gonna agree with that.
It's downhill from here, guys.
It's only
all downhill from here.
And this is like, I feel like the day-night cycle, especially it becomes night if no spells during their turn were cast. So if a player casts no spells, and you can't rely on your opponents to not be doing that. So that style kind of already suggests that you want to be playing a deck that maybe plays on other people's turns. You know, like you don't want to. So I feel like every werewolf in existence should have flash, in my opinion. Like, might as well. That should be just their shtick. And I know there's some that already have flash, but it's kind of like nobody's not going to be.
I can't name a single one.
Nobody's going to not be spending any mana or getting any spells.
Nobody's not going to be. I'm going to talk about the next one.
I'm an expert in this one.
It's a fan favorite. If you are a Universes Beyond person and you like Lord of the Rings, you've heard about the ring tempting you.
I have a deck that utilizes the ring tempt.
You have a deck that utilizes this. What is it called? Lord of the Nazgul?
I have a Lord of the Nazgul deck with all 9 Nazguls, different arts. All 9 different arts, by the way.
Weird flex.
Sorry for flexing.
So if a card... I might read this backwards. I don't even understand it.
I
You just
don't
play it,
even
and I say,
understand.
just let it happen. Whatever I lose.
Yeah, whatever.
If a card says the ring tempts you, then the ring can tempt you even if you do not control a creature. The ring gains its abilities in order from top to bottom. Once it gains an ability, it has that ability for the rest of the game. Each time the ring tempts you, you must choose a creature if you control one. Each player can only have one emblem named the ring and only one ring bearer at a time. And then the ring says you go down the list, right? For when the ring tempts you, is that right? It doesn't even really explain that on the reminder card.
It doesn't.
Your ring bearer is legendary and cannot be blocked by creatures with greater power. That's number 1. Number 2, whenever your ring bearer attacks, draw a card and then discard a card.
That's
number
not bad.
3. No, it's not bad, but I don't want to have to know. I don't want to know about you looting or rummaging, whatever it's called. Whenever your ring bearer becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at end of combat. So, fake bad death touch. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, fake bad death touch.
It's kind of weird. Number four, whenever the ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. That's actually the coolest one. I like that. I like hurting everybody at the same time. That's super. That part's neat, but you also need to be.
It'll take like 4 turns.
4 times, and so
to do that.
So, if
it doesn't have to be 4 turns.
do you want?
I guess,
do you?
but 4 times.
I'm going to ask you because I don't really understand. So, if your ring bearer dies, do you just have to restart this?
No, you don't restart.
But you choose a ring bearer every time.
Every time,
if you want,
and you can change it. And then if you were to change a new ring bearer, it would keep all of the old stuff. So once you get to the 4th one,
okay,
your ring bearer just has all 4 of those things. That's it.
Okay, that's kind of cool. But I'm pretty sure I just read that, and it took me 3 minutes.
Yeah,
like even with our little without our little quips, dude, that's awful.
It's awful.
If you had to explain something for 3 minutes in the middle of a game that already takes like an hour on average, like that's a big percentage just to explain something that I will likely ask you again because I'm not familiar with the mechanic. And there's probably 2 other players at the table for a total of 3 in a 4-player game. That's math for you guys that don't understand and will likely be asking this as well. It is another intrusive mechanic. I don't want to have to plan around something that I have to ask you about every turn. All the time, multiple times a turn like that.
And it's not... There's something to be said for a mechanic that you don't even want to learn. It's that annoying. It's that intrusive. You're just like, I don't even want to learn this.
This has been around for a year and I just could not be bothered.
Yeah.
To I mean, I'm pretty sure I've learned this multiple times because I've played against this deck, your Nazgul deck, plenty of times, but like it doesn't stick. It's too many words. It's like
and the ring being tempted doesn't even happen like that often, to be honest. Like I rarely get to the 4th one.
Flavorful? Like, is this actually good?
That's a good question to ask. That actually is a very good question to ask. And I would say no. I am not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, but I do not believe this is flavorful.
My wife just watched all 3 of the original movies in one day the other day. It was crazy.
Wow.
And I said, I'm going to work.
You should ask her about this mechanic.
I don't think no.
I'm
not going to be doing that. Is this flavorful? Let's talk about the next mechanic. Dungeons, venturing into the dungeon, the Undercity, the initiative, taking the initiative. It's all kind of bundled into one.
Yeah.
So if you venture into the dungeon and you don't have the dungeon, you haven't ventured yet, you pick one of 3 dungeons, either Dungeon of the Mad Maze, Lost Mine of Fandelver, or Tomb of Annihilation. At first, like the dungeons, you like go down and there's like little entrances and you just work your way down, and whenever you venture, you go down.
You make your way through rooms, essentially.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's what they're called. They're called rooms. I just Googled a word counter. And if you look at Dungeon of the Mad Mage, which is probably the most common one, because I've played against dungeon decks, this is the most common one in the regular 3 dungeons. This card has like, I have to minus some of these words because it has like some reminder text words on there, but it has like 80 words on it. It's a lot.
That's trash.
That is a lot. So they all have like pretty minor effects, but also the worst part is like, I don't want to have to plan for what you're doing and like have to ask where you can go now or in two ventures, one more venture. It's super lame. I've seen decks that are very fun and they are kind of cool, but like in general, like it's a lot. And if you add that to the game, I do not like it. Now, even worse, what you, I think, just mentioned is the initiative, which is a mechanic from Baldur's Gate. So if you take the initiative and you are not in a dungeon, you go into the Undercity. But if you take the initiative and you're already in a dungeon, you go through the dungeon that you're already in, which sounds weird.
You go through another room.
Yeah. So if you enter the initiative, if you take the initiative.
If you enter the initiative, you take
the initiative and you're not already in a dungeon, you go into the Undercity, which is the only way to go into the Undercity. And you don't get an option. Like, you just go into the Undercity. That's kind of weird, too. I don't like that two mechanics kind of bounce off of each other like that. And then there's this very specific one dungeon that you have to go through. And then the initiative is also kind of like Monarch, where now anybody can take the initiative. So the worst part about the initiative is that you need to bring 4 initiative tokens, 1 for each player, because the backside of the initiative is the Undercity. And the initiative is whenever one or more creatures a player controls deals combat damage to you, they take the initiative. I do like that it encourages attacking, but like in a bad way. I don't like it.
In a bad way. The worst possible way.
Whenever you take the initiative and at the beginning of your upkeep, you venture into Undercity. So you go more forward. 1, 2. Okay. So if you are the Undercity person, you need to bring 13. You have to bring 13 tokens. And that's just 1 for every player. Because you make 4/1 black skeleton creature tokens with menace. And treasures. I mean, everybody probably has treasures at this point, but it's still like, you have to bring a lot of extra cards to the table. With a lot of words that people will not want to read. This whole video just is mechanics that I don't want to read.
Yeah, and you're being forced to read them.
I'm having a really hard time even getting through this initiative stuff, dude. Oh my gosh. It's not good. I don't like it. Please don't play the cards. Some of them are very powerful. I think one of them got banned in a... Yeah, White Plume Adventurer is a initiative card, and it's banned in Legacy. That's how you know it's strong.
Yeah.
But I don't like it.
And that's okay if these are strong. They're just bad. They're just annoying, though.
They're annoying mechanics that I don't want to see at the table. I don't want to see them.
They might be good.
Like, I mean, you could play these once in a while. Like, if I saw one of these, like, once a month or something, and I played all the time, I wouldn't be too upset. But, like, if you're my best friend and your name's Levi and you only play Nazgul...
Yeah, if I only played that deck over and over and over again,
I'd be kind of upset.
Well, you'd become a ring master. You'd become a ring expert. You wouldn't. Yeah, it wouldn't matter how many times I played it. You would never once remember.
That makes me sound like I'm stupid. Does. I would remember, I promise, guys, but I just don't like it. Okay, next we're going to talk about stickers from Unfinity. They are little adhesive stickers.
Quote unquote good for Blank Goblin anyway.
Yeah, Blank Goblin's the only good one, and I think it even sees CDH play. But it's annoying because if you have a sticker deck, right? Yet
another deck.
In Constructed, I have to read this.
Yeah.
In Constructed, players have to choose 10 unique sticker sheets and randomly pick 3 to use at the start of each game.
Makes my eyes roll immediately. I'm just like, ugh.
So if I bring a deck with Mind Goblin in it, I'm pretty sure I have to say, hey, I have stickers in my
It's
deck.
blank.
For one.
Mind.
Did I say
You
Mind
said
Goblin?
Mind Goblin. Mind Goblin D's.
Is there a sticker that says Mind?
Oh my god.
There might be.
I hope
care.
so. Okay, that was
I
funny.
can't believe I said it.
That was really funny.
If I have Blank Goblin in my deck, I have to tell everybody because I have to say reveal your sticker deck, and nobody's gonna have one because why would you?
Why would they have a sticker deck?
And then you have to sit there and watch me somehow randomly pick 3. I'm assuming you would probably just like shuffle it, have someone cut it, and pick the top 3. That's probably the easiest way. But shuffling 10 cards is also awkward.
And you can't you can sort of maybe reuse those stickers, but not really. It's so weird.
I mean, I've never actually physically touched the stickers, but they're supposed to be reusable.
They are supposed to be? Okay. I
don't think that they would be reusable forever because they are stickers. You're gonna put them on your sleeves, likely, of your other cards, which they're there to get dirty. That's what sleeves are for. And then you gotta, whenever you play as a sticker or something, you put like either a name sticker or some sort of. It'll tell you what kind of sticker to use. You'll have name stickers or little character stickers. Like some of them have little hats, and the hats are supposed to do something. I feel so uneducated for this topic, and I honestly don't care because I just want to move on to the next one. Don't play stickers around me, kid.
Yeah, just don't. This one I've at least played against a decent amount.
Well, we both because of one of our playgroup members. I think 2 of our playgroup members have played Myra. It's attractions.
If Myra didn't give it away.
Yeah, like no, spoilers for 2 seconds before we said attractions. So attractions are kept in a separate deck. They're artifacts, they don't have mana costs, they aren't cast, and whenever you visit an attraction, you flip one of these from your attraction deck, and it goes into your battlefield. And when they die, they don't go to the graveyard, they go to the junkyard. That's a new zone. Roll a 6-sided die as your main phase begins. Visit each attraction with the result that's lit up. It says fantabulous. And constructed no more than 1 with the same name and a minimum of 10. So you have to have at least 10 attractions, and they can't have the same name. And I believe that there are 21. I think there's like 21 legal in Commander, maybe 22.
I believe,
like
yeah.
That. So whenever you visit an attraction, you do what the attraction says. For instance, we have Dart Throw. It says visit, throw it. Oh, this one. I just picked a bad one for because it's not really legal. But it says throw a card you own from outside the game onto the playing area from a distance of 3 feet, about 1 meter. If that card touches Dart Throw, you claim the prize. And then the prize says create 2 pink. That's not a real Magic color. Teddy bear creature tokens. Sacrifice Dart Throw, then open an attraction. So on the right side of this card, that'll have a couple or a few lit up numbers. It has 1 through 6, and so when you roll the die, when you go to visit the attraction, you only visit it if you roll one of the lit up numbers.
Yeah.
It's weird. And I believe that there are multiple of the same card, but with different numbers lit up, so you can kind of like... I don't know if there's any strategy to that. I'm sure there is, but...
Yeah, it's the fact that you can have an unlimited amount of them on the battlefield at a time, you know? And so the goal is to get, like, as many as you can, and then when you roll a die, you know, however many roll on 2, however many have a lit up number as 2, you get all of those things until the end of your turn.
Yeah. Also intrusive. We said day and night's the least intrusive. This one is also probably maybe tied for the least intrusive because, like, I don't need an attraction deck. But you do have to tell me the rules every time.
Yeah, it's a lot of the times I was looking at the player who was playing, and I'm like, what are they do? How are they doing it? What's going on? And
yeah,
once
I'm gonna be honest.
it,
Like a lot of these,
pretty simple. Once you get it, this is actually quite a simple mechanic, but it's like
it is a lot to learn at once.
When somebody has like 4 or 5 attractions, they roll a die and they're like, oh, okay, I have this one. Okay, I didn't get this one. I got that one. And they're just like, it's just kind of, you're just watching them try to work through all this. And they're like, I get a balloon, and then my creatures, I scry one. You know, I don't know. It's just like,
yeah. One of the things that can alleviate all of these things. Okay, maybe not dungeons. But all these except for dungeons from being very bad, the ring a little bit too. I'm sorry, I'm having a hard time getting to the point. Attractions and day and night can be alleviated by being more of an expert at the deck. So if you're playing Tovolar and you are keeping track of your day and night at all times, and you're not on your phone and you're actually in the game paying attention like everybody should be respectful of everybody's time, please. Dang. like that could be a fun experience, and that's totally cool. Be in the game for those and just like hold my hand while you do it, because I want to know what's happening.
If the person's an expert at this, yeah, like, and the person that was playing this attraction deck was, over time, they got way better at it, and like, you know,
yeah, it's also very possible to goldfish your decks. Like, if you sat there and you just like played the same game, the same deck by yourself for like 30 minutes, I would imagine that you would step up your game a little bit, and you could treat your triggers well and everything.
Treat your triggers well.
Yeah, I just want the games to go smooth and quick. I don't want to. Sometimes I can't play that much, and if I have to, oh god, dude, if I gotta go to a game and I'm like, I can play like 3 games today, and it's the only time this month, and then you bring out the initiative, dude. And I can only play like 1.5 games that night, dude. It's not a good.
I can only play 1.5 now.
It's not good for the health of me. I was gonna say the game, but it's me.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it is still like an opinion thing. But
yeah, banding sucks. Worst mechanic out there.
All right, guys. See you later. Enjoy the rest of your days. This has been Northwest Magic. Check out his Patreon. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Bye.
Goodbye. Banding sucks.